Yeah, the beginning. So mid-2000 where Brisbane. So I pretty much started my career as a graffiti writer here on the north side. Yeah, it was my first love, I guess. Through skating came hip hop, through punk rock. My uncle was a breakdancer, so I sort of got immersed in the culture about 9. And I was breakdancing for a lot of my early years, which led me to graffiti. I got to see a lot of like sketchbooks from back in the day, early graph mags in high school, just practicing letter formation, just bubble lettering, just a lot of public stuff. And doing that on the chalkboards in school and looking at graph on the train lines, just being inspired by the anonymous artists that were painting what they wanted. It was all about the letter structure and the balance between letters and that relationship. Like they're always my favourite pieces where it's just really raw. A lot of it is intuitive and I don't know what it will look like, but I just trust what I see. I can see what I want to do and it's just really carving out from the paint what I see. From graffiti, definitely the Brisbane OGs like DTS crew, Sydney like KGB crew with their funky public New York style, just any old spray paint to hone in on how you could get different pressures and different strokes. Different cans would have different outputs. Getting different styles with different paint too was influential, and DTS I think really pioneered that way for Brisbane, definitely for the world too. It's just explosive, which is what I love about graffiti. It's not so tame, it's just like, bah. I feel like we're very confined here with our genres and categories and how we deem what public art is or whatever it is. It's really owning your own and trusting your own ability to create, whether there is an outcome or not, but it's just having that confidence to be you. And if I'm always second guessing that, then I can never progress. So, you know, just whatever medium anyone does, whether it's music or whatever, I think you got to be true to you. I think graffiti and just the hip hop culture in general teaches you to be you, because you can't fake it, and if you fake it then you just get pulled up. So if you're not true to who you are, it just stands out. And I think graffiti, like, you know, you got people from all different backgrounds, all different races, like jobs, but the graffiti and hip hop was something that was just this common ground that you could gel over, and it didn't matter what the fuck you did. It was just, oh cool, we got this common thing, and it's set apart from so many other cultures because it's just dictated by you. You can go do it whenever you want. You might get in trouble for it, but the ability to go out and just go, fuck this, I'm doing it. I think it teaches you to be true, and that's where the confidence comes through when you transition over from graph to fine art. Brisbane was, you know, had great hip hop artists, had a great graffiti scene, had just a great underground culture. You can do it for the love, but at the end of the day, you got to make money. So how do you try and work within a professional way but still keep the roots of it? And I think you guys and No.One have bridged that gap. How I think like you guys have navigated it. We come from a city like Brisbane that isn't a hip hop city. It's not a graffiti city. So to try and find our way in navigating that, there's not many options around to do it. So you have to be hungry and you have to push it and show people like, this is what you're missing, this is what you fucking need. To stay motivated and keep the love for it, I think that's the biggest part. And you come together and you unite and you back each other and you just push each other with love, where I think that came about like 2017, 18, where it was like, we're all in this for the same reason, you know, like everyone's doing it for the same outcome, so why can't we just come together? What you've done for the community from the background is exactly the passion that I share for Brizzy. Like, I'm so passionate about Brizzy. You know, I feel like a lot of people leave Brisbane because it's either too hard or you get stopped by that political bullshit. The design, you know, it's just bringing all those things together in a new way, you know, sort of modernising like techniques from graffiti and touching on the culture, where we've come from, what we're about, and where our roots come from. Bad boys move in silence. You know, you don't gloat about what you do. Same like in graffiti in some sort of way in the culture. And it's always stuck in my head, and I was thinking about that when I was doing it. The little aesthetics, and I think it's aesthetics for graffiti, like, and bridging that. Rather go sit in an alleyway or paint in an abandoned warehouse that's full of shit than go on the public street, you know, and be like, look at me. I think orange and blue is such a Brisbane colour scheme. It just represents us. People around the world would say Bridgie style was king back in the day. You could put it on a world scale and look at it and go, you know, we have so much talent here that it always needs to be represented in some way. Our underground culture here is fucking amazing, and it just hasn't got a place within the public setting. They're like a hidden gem, man, honestly. Just walk away, stop and think before it's too late.